Dave, we took our little kids on a road trip to the Boys and Girls Club in Laurel, Maryland. It's been a while. The gym of Demond Nicholson. You know, just giving our coaches, our new coaches, the check.
And when I lost him, I was hurt because that was my first time losing a fighter that you put so much into.
Calvin Ford, what does he mean to you when you hear that name? What does he mean when you first hear that?
A father.
In a recent interview, Calvin Ford opened up about stepping away from Gervonta "Tank" Davis's training team after the undefeated star chose to move in a different direction. Even after the split, Ford said he still wants to see Tank continue growing as a fighter and believes he needs people around him who will challenge him and push him to reach an even higher level. At the same time, Ford admitted he was disappointed by the way their relationship unfolded following the controversial Lamont Roach fight.
I'm hoping that he do what I need him to do. You know what I'm saying? You see how I asked him, are you ready? You know what I'm saying? Because I need somebody that's going to really push things so I can see different levels. This time I had a chance to step back. And everybody keeps saying, they changing up stuff. No, we ain't changed up anything. It's the same thing we always do. You know?
Anything you see different?
Going into the, the training camp, how was it? Or you said you stepped back a little bit. Well, how was it, splitting the time? How's it going to be splitting the time to
No, this is
Saturday
something
night?
that we do all the time. You know what I'm saying? Right now, y'all know all I gotta do is speak. Then take out history since I was a kid. And when I stepped in the gym, B said, "Yo, I'm glad you here now." He watched him. He said, "Boom," and I see the light in Tank. I just can't wait to see all of that come together. Fight night.
How's going back to being in the corner? How do you see Gervonta right now, just being in camp? Because at first, when we talked to him in the press conference, he was very open about retiring and he was done. And now he said that...
Y'all have to understand. He's a young man. He have a family. He want to do something. Enjoy something. Don't take some time. I took a little bit of time off. You know what I'm saying? It refreshes. Get you back on that.
During a key moment in Tank Davis's fight, attention shifted away from the action and focused on a tense exchange with longtime trainer Calvin Ford. Between rounds, Ford tried wiping the sweat from Davis's face while offering instructions, but Tank interrupted him and insisted that he stop and listen. It was a rare display of frustration toward the man who had guided him for years, raising questions about whether deeper communication issues had been developing behind the scenes. Their relationship had always been about far more than boxing. It was built on years of trust, loyalty, and shared experiences. Davis had previously said Ford could sense when he was about to finish an opponent, a level of understanding that helped define one of boxing's strongest trainer-fighter partnerships. Ford played a huge role in shaping Davis into one of the sport's most dangerous champions, but after that emotional moment, it became clear that their relationship was beginning to change.
This time I had a chance to step back. And everybody keeps saying, they changing up stuff. No, we ain't changed up anything. It's the same thing we always do. You know?
Matter of fact, before they stopped it, I said every time I stopped somebody, I called it out, didn't I?
Every time he come in the corner and talk to him, I said, "Yo, what you doing?" He'll look this way, he'll look this way. He's about to stop.
Can I start touching them more and more? When they gonna give him the credit for one of the smartest boxers.
That was a beautiful boxing display. You know what I mean?
That was smart.
That's what I call. You wasn't looking for the knockout, but you was placing your shit.
He already seen it.
He said, "I can't
That's
get
the
hit."
difference. And Tank was holding the conversation. Tank said, "Yo, how about Tank can't every fight Tank come and tell me I'm gonna knock him out." He'll tell me I'm gonna knock him out.
What's up? It's your boy Gervonta Davis. Make sure y'all like and subscribe on the Garage Podcast.
Months before the split became public, reports began circulating that Davis and Ford had gone their separate ways professionally. Ford later admitted the situation was painful, explaining that many people never truly understood what he had been going through or how deeply it affected him. Davis, however, appeared to see things differently, suggesting that having fewer people around often leads to fewer problems. While he never officially confirmed that he had moved on from Ford, his comments gave the impression that he was ready to begin a new chapter, possibly without his longtime mentor in his corner.
With Coach Cal. When Tank was walking up, it looked like Coach Cal was about to give him that hug like you always do, and Tank just brushed him off like, "Fuck out of here, nigga." Whoop, excuse me. Fuck out of here, nigga.
Calvin Ford had been guiding Gervonta Davis since he was just 7 years old, making their relationship far deeper than a typical trainer and fighter partnership. It was built on mentorship, loyalty, family values, and life lessons that extended well beyond the boxing ring. When Davis gradually started creating distance, Ford admitted it hurt him on a personal level. To him, it was not simply the loss of a boxer he had trained. It felt like losing someone he considered family. After dedicating so many years to helping shape Davis into a world champion, watching him move in a different direction was clearly emotional.
Was the first one in the gym, the last one out the gym. Tank used to sit on the ring like this and watch me train him.
How old is he at this point?
He was like 7, 8.
Okay.
A lot of stuff that I was giving my son was giving it to Tank. So it was a perfect fit. Tank was like the family, you know what I'm saying? And he used to sit at the table because I had another kid named Ramon Manning. He liked to play with them guns, you know what I'm saying? And when I lost him, I was hurt because that was my first time losing a fighter that you put so much into. Remember, I said, Tank, my money running out. And he just looked at me and said, believe in me, coach. Believe. That's what did it.
When he said that,
it's still.
Damn.
I don't hear Tank as the day. I hear Tank as that little boy. Believe in me, coach. And he came in the gym one day and he said, Coach, I seen it. I said, what you seen? I had all the belts on me. He said, I'm gonna be that dude. Rest is history.
Damn, I got goosebumps low key. That's good.
Ford was absent from Davis's corner for the Lamont Roach Jr. fight, and that immediately sparked speculation about the state of their relationship. As questions continued to grow, Ford explained that his focus had shifted toward coaching amateur fighters, something he has always been passionate about and remains deeply committed to.
Definitely going on between Calvin Ford and Gervonta Davis. Now, we all seen that knockdown in the 9th round, but what you probably didn't see is what happened after that in between rounds. Check this out.
Cal, you gotta calm down. Listen to me.
Hey, come on now.
Coach Barry Hunter trained Tank for this fight with Lamont Roach, not Calvin Ford. A lot of people were saying that this performance has something to do with that. So, is something really going on between Calvin Ford and Tank Davis? Check out what Tank had to say.
No, I wasn't really paying attention to the crowd. You know what I mean? I was more so. It's something we gotta work on in the corner.
Something definitely appears to be happening between Calvin Ford and Gervonta Davis. Everyone saw the knockdown in the 9th round, but what many people missed was the tense moment that unfolded between rounds. Take a look at what happened.
Between you guys not being, was there like kind of like a family fondness where?
No,
like,
he came to see me. Dad, slow down, I'm worrying about you because boom, he knows that I spend time with my amateurs. You know me, both of y'all know me very well.
Yeah.
Don't I spend time with my amateurs?
Yeah, all the time.
All the time. That's my peace. And he know when I go spend time with my peace, I'm going through things. You know what I'm saying? When he was there, at least I know where he was at. Because it was something that we didn't do. It's something that we normally do. Y'all with me? And it was good for us to tell you the truth, because when I stepped back in the head biggest game and I haven't been there, it brought back so much memories. When we first started off, and him seeing all us working together, he was happy. And at the end of the day, what it's about, the fight.
For the fight against Lamont Roach, Barry Hunter handled Tank Davis's training camp instead of Calvin Ford. That decision immediately sparked debate, with many fans wondering if it played a role in Davis's performance. So, is there really something going on between Calvin Ford and Tank Davis? Here's what Tank had to say.
This is why Gervonta Davis struggled that fight, so just roll with me for a second, you'll see where I'm going. I don't know if y'all noticed it right away, but I noticed it. Calvin Ford was not the head man in the corner, which I didn't really understand. And before the video continues, go ahead to the follow button, because we're about to deep dive into this and we post every day. Calvin Ford was not the lead man who's been with Gervonta since he was a damn near child. Honestly, since he was a child. Why would you do that? I don't know if they were underestimating the fight. I don't know if they were just trying to change it up and try something new because this wasn't a huge opponent. I don't know if there's something wrong with Calvin or Calvin's not going to be there. I don't know. But that was damn stupid. Because you notice when shit started hitting the fan, guess what voice popped up on that screen? Put his head through ropes and Calvin started coaching. When Tank's eye messed up, guess where he looked? He didn't look at that other corner man. He looked for Calvin Ford. Also, Tank talked a lot during this fight. It was a little bit of a different Tank than we've seen. He was chirping with the fire, which isn't new. He was arguing with the ref. he seemed not composed. I feel like that would have been different with a Calvin Ford in his corner. Because I'm gonna be real, the advice that his corner was giving him was dog shit. Like, yeah, he won the fight, but let's be real, he shouldn't have won that fight. But y'all let me know what y'all think. I think that definitely played a role, and I feel like if Calvin was there, it would have been a little different. But yeah, not a good boxing night from Tank, and this is from a Tank fan.
He just did. He got off the canvas once. It ain't about the dub with me. It's about do you got that will against will. I don't know. I know I can. I ain't pushed no buttons with Tank yet. I came from a different beast. I understand what we got to go against every time we get in there. That square box of lunch is serious. So when I talk to him, he know what I'm talking about. But let's see. April the 22nd, Ron.
Even after that explanation, the rumors refused to disappear. Many fans continue to believe that Ford's absence marked the first real sign that his long and successful partnership with Davis was beginning to fall apart.
Man, he been with me since I was 7. I used to sleep in Coach Calvin's house. I used to sleep at his job when he was working at a seafood restaurant in Baltimore.
When I had to train Tank, when I didn't want him to get in trouble and I wanted to make sure we was together, I used to take him to work with me. And he'd chill. Everybody know him. Everybody know him at work.
Remember, Calvin used to fuss at the guys that was coming up with me, and they was in the streets a lot. He was telling them, like, you can't have 1 feet in and 1 feet out. You gotta be, like, all the way in it, like, focus on the goal, you know, and them guys, they went left, and unfortunately, they got killed.
You weigh the odds out like that. Do you want him to go to jail or you want him to live? That's the whole idea, to come to the boxing gym.
If I ain't had the people I had around me, like the people that started with me and things like that, I probably would have been off this.
Ford's greatest strength as a trainer was not just his knowledge of boxing. It was his deep understanding of Davis as a person. He knew exactly when to challenge him, when to settle him down, and how to bring out his best during the toughest moments. That emotional connection became one of the biggest reasons behind their success. With Ford no longer by his side, many began wondering whether Tank could lose part of the mindset that helped make him such a dangerous fighter inside the ring.
When you first said that?
A father. Father. And then he's one of the guys that held a lot of this, like, this whole family together. Him with Kenny, but for sure, like, them two, they held the whole camp together, for sure.
Wouldn't be here without him? Would you say that? Without Calvin?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be here without him. Just off of the fact of when I was coming to the gym, I was getting that love that I ain't have at home type stuff. So it was always like, Calvin, saying I walked through the gym, Calvin, like, looking for him type stuff.
He told me he used to come to the gym and you'd be outside, sleep in front of the gym, in front of the door.
Yeah, I used to run from I go to school, and then from school, I go straight to the gym. Don't tell my grandma or nothing. Let's go straight to the gym. And the gym was closed. The gym didn't even, I used to get out of school probably 3 o'clock, and the gym didn't open till like 4:30. I'd just be outside just sleeping on the front of the gym, just waiting. Police grabbed me before, like, get up. I think I'm just out here just grab me, like, what you doing out here? I'm waiting on the gym.
All for a reason.
Yeah.
All for.
Over the years, Davis has spoken openly about how much Calvin Ford meant to him, making it clear that their relationship extended far beyond boxing. As a young fighter growing up in Baltimore, Tank found guidance, structure, and stability through Ford's mentorship. At one point, he even lived in Ford's home, showing just how close and personal their bond had become.
At DC, they call me Mo.
I'm just a young nigga who'll be out here on the
Calvin is Calvin. You know what I mean? I got Calvin tatted on me. Calvin ain't going nowhere. Y'all don't even know Calvin for CCO. I know Calvin, you know what I mean? I don't know. Calvin is Pops. He ain't going nowhere. I got that nigga tatted on me. This shit life. Loyalty over everything. It's just, you know?
For Davis, the gym became much more than a place to train. It became a second home where he found support, direction, and a sense of belonging during some of the most important years of his life. Ford was never just the coach holding the pads. In Tank's eyes, he became a father figure, someone whose influence reached far beyond the sport itself.
My journey's crazy. That's why I said this, yo, you can't write this, man. You cannot write this. My experience being gone, and all the stuff that I went through, preparing me for where I'm at today. You know, man, Tank is older. He had the lessons, getting his lessons of what he got to do to take us the rest of the way. And this is his take us the rest of the way fight.
As speculation continued to spread, Davis eventually addressed the rumors himself. He reassured fans that Ford was not leaving him and that he was not walking away from Ford either. From Tank's point of view, their relationship remained strong, and he insisted that the bond they had built over the years was still intact. Even so, Tank's public comments did little to silence the growing concerns, especially after cameras captured him yelling at Ford during the Lamont Roach fight. In time, Ford appeared to accept that his role in Davis's career may have naturally reached its end. He explained that he had given Tank everything he possibly could as a trainer. If Davis believed it was time to move in a different direction, Ford was willing to respect that decision. More than anything, he simply wanted to see Tank succeed, whether he remained part of the journey or watched from a distance. Ford played a crucial role in helping Davis avoid the dangers that surrounded him while growing up in Baltimore, keeping his focus on boxing instead of the streets. Their journey was built on discipline, resilience, and an unshakable belief that together they could overcome whatever challenges stood in their way.
Let me explain something to you. Tank don't look at me as coach, he look at me as dad. Do it look like his son supposed to be taking your dad? I don't even feel right. Y'all hear this time? Tank don't pay his coach. Tank gives me anything I want.
Right.
But I'm a man at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
And I'm a hustler.
Right.
Second and foremost, I came from that cloth. You know what I'm saying? He watched me lose my house, my wife, my family. He watched me do it. It's bigger than boxing.
Right.
Boxing is just a way